There. Today we are going to do a training on mindset. So this is called Mindset is Key to Your Business Success. Hi there, I'm Kelly from Kelly Harris Creative. My purpose is to help coaches and course creators build relationships and create consistent conversations with their clients through email marketing. I do this in three really important ways: by building touch points, by using stories to build relationships and build connections, and by creating meaningful and memorable experiences for my clients so that they can in turn help their clients and create an impact. So, what is mindset? Mindset is just your set of beliefs that shape how you make sense of the world and yourself and everything that happens to us. It influences how you think, how you feel, and how you behave in any given situation. Your mindset is a combination of things you were taught as a child, um, also things that you have learned in your perspective. And so, mindset can be a really interesting thing to dive into as you're starting and working and growing your business. So, your mindset is the product, like we talked about, of internal and external experiences and your perception on those experiences. Your mindset affects everything. It's going to affect how you think and how you react, how you see things around you. Are they opportunities or do you see them as roadblocks? It affects, like we said, everything. So let's talk about where this idea came from. A brief history lesson. In the 1960s, there was this lady, her name was Carol Dweck. She started doing some research and she asked a question. The question was, what makes a really capable child give up in the face of failure where other kids are motivated by this failure? And so she started watching, and she and her team watched literally hundreds of kids. They would go into classrooms in the 60s and the 70s, and they would literally say, like, cool, we're going to do these puzzles. And then I'm going to ask you a question. And then we're going to do some more stuff. And she coined the term fixed mindset and growth mindset to describe the underlying beliefs that people had about their learning and then their intelligence. What she found was some kids were being raised in households where they were basically told, you either have the gift or you don't have the gift. And others were raised in households where they were being told, you can learn this. Everything is learnable. You can figure this out. So why is this important? It's important because what she found was that those that were being raised and told that they had to have this skill, that they had to be born with this skill, had a very fixed mindset. And when it came to trying new things or trying hard things, they would stop. They would be like, we weren't blessed with this gift. This isn't a gift that we were born with. We can't do it. Whereas the kids that were being told everything is learnable, even if you don't know what you're doing today, you can learn tomorrow and you can get better at it over time. Those were the kids that would not give up. And so why is this important? Because being an entrepreneur, it's a journey. There are going to be really high highs and there are going to be really low lows. If you're going to step up and do this journey, you need to realize that your mindset is going to see you through to success, or it's not. So it's going to make or break your success. If really deep down you're telling yourself, I don't see how this is possible, then you have already established that for you, it's not a possibility. If really deep down you're telling yourself, I'm working on mindset every day, I am going to do this, I am going to make this happen, this is going to be my reality, then you are going to be successful at what you choose to do. So let's talk about mindset and let's talk about how we cultivate it. So fixed mindset, like we said, people believe that their basic qualities, their intelligence, their talent, their ability to learn things, they're fixed. They were born with a list. That's it. Got the list. They spend their time documenting their intelligence or their talent. So basically what this kind of comes down to is they will tell you, I am so smart. And here are the reasons I'm smart, and they will laundry list it to you. Or I am so talented, I am the best piano player in the world, and they will list it to you. So they spend their time focusing on proving that they are smart, proving that they are talented rather than developing new skills. They also believe that talent alone creates success. So if I'm talented, I'm going to be successful no matter what. It doesn't have anything to do with how much effort I put in. It doesn't have anything to do with how much I practice and learn and do better. If I'm talented, I'm successful. Growth mindset, on the other hand, describes a way of viewing challenges and setbacks. So people who have a growth mindset believe that even if we're going to struggle, we have some skills that we're not fantastic at, but my ability is not set in stone. And all of my abilities are figure outable. All of my abilities can improve over time. So as I go about my business, go about my daily life, all those things, I can get better at them. So let's look at fixed mindset versus growth mindset. Fixed mindset says, if it's not easy, forget it. I'm out. I give up. Growth mindset says, oh, it's not easy? Cool. I'm on the right track. Fixed mindset says, I can't do this. Peace out. Growth mindset says, cool. What am I missing? What is the thing that I haven't figured out yet that's going to help me on my path to success? Fixed mindset says, this is way too hard. Ugh. Growth mindset says, cool. Mistakes are part of the process. Failure is part of the process. And that helps me improve to get where I need to be. Fixed mindset says, I am awesome at this. That's what I'm going to do no matter what, because I can prove to everybody else how awesome I am by this. Growth mindset says, is this really my best work? Could I make it maybe 1% better? Fixed mindset says, it's good enough. No big deal. Growth mindset says, I am learning for the sake of learning. Everything is learning, and that's okay. Fixed mindset says, I made a mistake. Oops. Growth mindset says, I'm going to train my brain to do this. I'm going to figure this out. Fixed mindset says, I'll never be as smart as that guy over there. Growth mindset says, I'll use some strategies I've learned and I'm going to make it better. Fixed mindset says, I am not a good writer. Therefore, I cannot ever be a writer. Growth mindset says, I'm going to figure out what that person did and I'm going to try it. I'm going to look at their framework. I'm going to look at their process and see if what they're doing is something that I can try and do. And then fixed mindset says, someone can write in their voice better than me. Growth mindset says, I'm learning and growing and becoming better every single day. So which one are you? When you get frustrated, do you look at opportunity in the situation or do you complain? It's really easy to complain, especially if you were raised in a household like I was. I grew up in a very fixed mindset house. And so to have to reframe everything from, oh, I'm complaining about this to where's the opportunity in this situation is hard and it's going to take work. It's important to note, though, that you can actually have both a fixed mindset and a growth mindset depending on the situation. So there are some situations where if growth mindset is your normal or is what you grew up with, you're going to revert back to that growth mind or to that fixed mindset. And there are going to be other situations where you are learning and growing and you are in that growth mindset. So just be aware that it is something that you're going to have to constantly work on. A few ways to cultivate growth mindset. We're looking at challenges as opportunities. You got to get comfortable being outside your comfort zone because that's where the growth happens. We're going to replace the word failure with the word learning. So instead of we failed at this, we are learning at this. We're going to celebrate every single win, no matter how small. We're going to look for ways to be grateful, and we're going to take ownership over your attitude. Your attitude. You are the one who gets to choose. How do I look at this situation? Am I going to complain about it and have a fixed mindset about it? Or am I going to look for the opportunities and the challenges and see what I can learn from the situation? So now, I want you to just think about this. Can you identify your mindset? What kind of mindset is going to serve you as you go through this journey of a business owner, a CEO, an agency, whatever it is that you're growing. So as we go, you're going to have to start being mindful of your mindset and the thoughts that are running through your head. I often tell people, as an entrepreneur, the biggest challenge that I have is what is happening between my two ears, what my mind is telling me is possible and not possible. So let's talk about 4 tips for cultivating growth mindset. It's a process, guys. You're going to have to be intentional, and you have to work every single day to cultivate a growth mindset. Every single day. Take notice of your thoughts. What thoughts are on repeat in your head? Take the time to just pause if you think something negative and be like, man, where did that come from? Is that my thought? Is that something my dad said to me as I was growing up? Is that something my sister said to me as I was growing up? Is that something my brother said to me? Where did this negative thought come from? And is it really my thought? Or is it something that somebody said to me over and over again while I was growing up? And now it's just on repeat in my head. So you're going to have to and you don't have to take a ton of time to do this. Just when you have a negative thought, just stop and say, wow, that's interesting. Where did it come from? And then you want to reframe your negative thoughts into positive statements. We're going to talk about this here in just a minute. Positive affirmations. As you begin to reframe your thoughts, you're going to find affirmations and phrases that resonate with you and your mindset that you are trying to cultivate. Write them down. Put them in places where you're going to see them every single day. Some places could be by your computer, behind your computer, on a wall, which I have some affirmations over there, on a bathroom mirror. You can even set an alarm on your phone so that it'll pop up with an affirmation. And so some things like that, I'm trying to think. Oh, here is one of the things that you can do if you are finding yourself in a negative loop. You're going to take a piece of paper, you're going to fold it in half. On one side, write down all of the thoughts. They can be negative, that's fine. I'm not enough. I don't know if I can be successful. You're going to write down all of those thoughts. And then on the other side, you're going to write down the opposite thought. So if you said, I don't know that if I'm enough, the opposite thought is, I am enough. I can do this. If you write down, this feels scary, maybe the opposite thought is, do it now. So you stop thinking about it and get fear out of the way. If you say, I am not enough, or I am not successful, the opposite thought is, I am successful. I create value everywhere that I go. And so write those things down and put them everywhere. In fact, I'm going to show you right here is where I have some of my affirmations. And it says, what's in it for them? Because you always have to make it about them. It says, do it now. And it says, I create value everywhere that I go. And then it says, you are capable, beautiful, and worthy, and follow your passion and ignite your potential. And so I am putting signs around me and reminders around me that are going to help me with my positive mindset, with my growth mindset. I'm actually in the process right now. I have a sign on the way that says everything is figure outable, so that I know when I start to get, I don't know if I can do this. Yes, every time we've had a hard problem, we figured it out. So just some ideas for you to be able to do that. And then we want to find the gratitude. I highly recommend that you get yourself a journal. This one says, always and remember, you are braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, and smarter than you think. Every day I go in here and I write 3 things that I am grateful for. And on the days when it's really hard, when my fixed mindset seems really set, those are the days that I can go back through my journal and see all the things I'm grateful for and all the things that I have done as a business owner and the CEO of my business. And we're going to focus on the gain. A lot of times they will tell you in business, find the gap, fill the gap. There's always going to be a gap, especially when you see other people that are successful from what you can see. It's really easy to say, well, they have whatever, I do not have that. And so what I want you to do is don't worry so much about the gap. Worry about the gain. The growth in both your mindset and your business are going to come as we focus on the gain. And that means, how far have you come? How far have you come since you started your business? How far have you come in the last couple of months? How far has your mindset come in 1 month, 3 months, a year? How much growth has there been for you? Focus on the growth, and you can see all of the things that from the time you started your business, all of these things have happened. All of these things are little baby steps on the path to success. And when you focus on how much gain you have gotten through that, that is when you're going to be able to really start to see the growth. And it becomes much easier when you do this day in and day out. So I hope you have found this training helpful. There are a couple of books that I recommend if you want to go more deep into mindset. The first is called Mindset by Carol Dweck. It is a fantastic, phenomenal book. I actually was introduced to it while I was still an educator. And then the other book is called, there's a book called The Power of Intention, and a book called The Power of One More. So those are some books to read that are more on mindset and setting the intentions and the goals and actually working to cultivate your mindset. So I hope you found this training helpful, and I hope you refer back to it often. Thank you. Have a good one.